Okay, just like I said, I would be explaining what key numbers are in football, especially. What they like to do a lot on these spreads is they like to set these odds according to key numbers, and they try to entice people to bet a certain way depending on key numbers, because of the fact that a lot of these games end in a field goal or 7 points, and then the next key number would be 10 points, 14 points, and so on. Okay, so those are key numbers right there, because there's only two ways to score in football. It's either, unless barring any other thing that happens, but like a safety, but the most common is only two ways, either a field goal or a touchdown. Okay, so a lot of the times what they'll do is they'll set these numbers according to uh, a key number, and they know exactly how the people are going to bet on the game, because a lot of things look enticing, especially with a team that is a ranked team. Okay, highly ranked team, they're going to set these numbers according to key numbers. Okay, these good teams are going to be structured a certain way where they're off of key numbers. Okay, so every week I like to go down the board and look for these type of numbers. Okay, now you're not going to see them on every single game, but they are going to pop up every now and then. All right, now if you just scroll through some of these games here, we'll start with the threes and the sevens. Okay, so right now I'm not seeing any right here. Some are big favorites, but let's just go with the ranked teams for now, because these are the games that are going to get the most volume and the most money bet on. All right, so I want to use this as an example, this USC game, but we'll see if we find any other better ones. Wow, a lot of big favorites this week. Okay, I'm not seeing a lot of ranked teams are favored. Okay, but let's use this. We'll use the USC game and the and this Penn State as an example. But a lot of the times, what they'll do is they'll keep this number. They'll open it at 6, and they'll move it to about 6.5, 7, but they won't move it off of 7. And the reason for that is because if they move it off of 7, what's going to happen is it's going to force people to bet the other side. And sometimes the books don't want that to happen, because then they're going to get lopsided action on the other side. So the books kind of take a gamble, they take a risk, and they keep it at a certain number. Okay, so in this case, I'm using this as an example. They could leave it at 6.5, and what will happen is, if it's a publicly lopsided game where they're going to get tons of money on one side and they're anticipating it, they're not going to move it off this key number. Okay, because they want more bettors to bet on this favorite. They want more people betting on the favorite. All right, I'm not saying it's going to happen in this game, but generalizing it, it happens more often than not. You saw it last week or a couple weeks ago with the NFL game, the Tampa Bay game against Carolina. You saw it with that one. All right, so if they are not concerned about the public, they won't move off of this key number here. All right, because it looks very enticing for the public to take Penn State at just a touchdown. All they have to do is win by a touchdown. That's it. All right, so that's one example. Now, going to this game right here, this USC Washington game, another point spread, another margin of victory is a 10-point victory. You know, a touchdown and a field goal. So right now it's moved to 10. Okay, so depending, this most likely won't move to 10.5 or 11, because it's going to cause people to not bet it. And if they are anticipating USC covering, they're not going to move it off of 10. Okay, they won't move it to 11 to 12, because they're anticipating USC covering, so why would they move it? They want more people to bet on Washington here. All right. So those are just two examples. That's what they do with these key numbers. When they're anticipating something to happen, they're not going to move the line. All right. So that's really all I can give you in this video. But that's what a key number is: 3, 7, 10, and it goes on to 14. But I would stick with the numbers under 10 as a start. So hopefully that was helpful, and I'll be back with another video.